all good, guys. I was trying to go live previously and it didn't work. Got cut off several times, but hopefully right now we're good. We're live. One can only hope, right? One can only hope that we're live and everything's good. But it says we're live. It said we lasted 44 seconds. I've lasted longer before, just so you know. But yeah, hopefully everything went well. I'm not really sure. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're doing a lot of stuff back and forth here. Yeah, so it went 44 seconds. Anyways, we're here. We're live. It's happening. It's working out right now. I can't see it from the other ones. But nonetheless, guys, I'm Alex Thorn, and I'm just a rock and roller who likes to watch movies in his downtime. And with that being said, right here, right now, I am going live, hopefully for my very first time with you guys. And yeah, it's actually live. So that's cool. I get to see it. Well, I wanted to start going live because there's so many things that happen in the media world, and there's so many reactions that I could have that I just don't want to make a video about. Not everything is warranted for a full-blown 8-minute video, and I don't want to talk about that, but these are cool. I can let it loose and just chat with you guys about new media releases and there's somebody in the chat, what's going on. How are you guys doing out here tonight? But yeah, there's things that are happening, such as the Terrifier VHS that is currently in Walmart. It's a Walmart exclusive from Bloody Disgusting. And while I may not be a fan of Terrifier and that type of horror, that does not mean I'm not excited that the first ever VHS in a long time is available in a major chain. That's huge. That's huge for a VHS to be available. Now, granted, a lot of people are going to buy it if they're fans of Terrifier. A lot of people are going to buy it because it looks cool, because it's the first VHS. And then there's a lot of people that are going to buy it because they're actually into VHS and they still have a VHS player, and they may even have a old school tube TV. Who knows? But I'm so excited that after 18 years, VHS has re-entered a major chain in the era of 4K HDR and all that stuff. We got 2 people in the chat right now. What's going on? Leave a comment down below so I can know who you are, what's happening. Hope you're having a good Saturday. And let's move on from Terrifier to VHS, because besides that VHS, I've actually got a VHS that I picked up myself just because I started to play something on Tubi. And I was scrolling for movies. I came across a movie called Black Moon Rising. And 20, maybe even less than 20 minutes in, 15 minutes in, I thought to myself, this is a movie that needs to be watched on VHS because it comes from that era. So I turned off the movie, went straight to eBay, and picked up Black Moon Rising. This has got Linda Hamilton and Tommy Lee Jones. This is just a trip. I never knew that this movie existed. I'm a huge Linda Hamilton fan from Terminator, of course, as well as she played Children of the Corn. She played in Children of the Corn, and then she was also in Beauty and the Beast, the TV series. And with those 3 things alone, that made me a fan of her for life. Boom, boom, NWO style. And this is the original New World video release. So pretty cool to have this. Really good condition and an awesome find. And I haven't yet watched it on VHS, but one of these days I'm going to get back to it. And if it is worthy, I will do a Does It Hold Up review, which, by the way, I already saw in the first 15 minutes before I had turned it off on Tubi, that it definitely was worth it. But beyond that, I also wanted to tell you guys to please check out the channel's memberships, because one of the coolest things that I don't see anybody else doing is making actual membership cards for those of you who joined the YouTube membership for this channel. I've never seen anybody else do that. And these are cards that I designed myself with the Thorn Theater logo right here on the back. Be Kind Rewind. It's a little blurry right here, but there it goes. And then it has the QR code to take you right back directly to the channel, the date that the channel was actually created, laminated, everything created by me. Just like when you join the channel, you get emojis that I created, all bandana emojis, because I'm always wearing bandanas. You get the badges exclusively by your name. So all of that stuff, comes with the membership to this channel, as well as exclusive watch-alongs, exclusive lives, because once we build a community here, we'll be able to hang out, talk about stuff that nobody else is going to talk about, and things that we actually like, as we can as a community. So once again, fully laminated membership card to Thorn Theater. Matches the awesome Elixir mug that I got going on right here. It's not even a mug. Is it a mug? It's coffee. But it keeps me going. So with all that being said, on to the next thing, which is The Legend of Billie Jean. I wanted to talk about this movie because I actually had never seen it before. My buddy, and I don't even know how it came up, but he visited me and he was just like, hey, have you ever seen this movie? I think that's how it came up. And I was like, no, but I'm down for it. Now, I remember The Legend of Billie Jean being something that was, I saw it in the video stores, but I never cared for it on Blu-ray, on DVD, nothing like that. And we watched it here, and I would love like a Blu-ray, maybe a 4K, because I think it's out on Blu-ray. But I'd love a 4K remaster with HDR of The Legend of Billie Jean. I'm shocked that movie hasn't been remade. It's all about women's power, and of course they'd have to modify some things because women have come further than what that movie demonstrates. But it's a really good movie, and I think the thing that was most fascinating about that movie, Legend of Billie Jean, was how you can tell it was the beginning of MTV injecting music into movies and the soundtrack with Rebel Yell from Billy Idol, as well as Invincible by Pat Benatar, which was a theme throughout the entire movie. I thought that was sweet. So if you guys ever get a chance to watch The Legend of Billie Jean, right now we watched it off of Google Play. So right here on YouTube, look it up. It's available for free. But if you ever get a chance, buy it if it's ever out there. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I got a really cool story for you guys, and it pertains to physical media, because I actually was at my shoot job on the weekends today, and something really cool happened. You guys know that Best Buy stopped selling physical media earlier this year. They got rid of all of it in the stores and online. But I went into my shoot job today, and one of my buddies there was like, hey, you still like physical media? Absolutely. What's up? And he goes, here, take them if you want them. Check this out. Swamp Thing and the Ghoulies, two 80s classics, sealed up, I guess leftovers at my local Best Buy that they did not sell. I mean, these are really cool. MVD Rewind Collection, 4K Laser Vision. I don't think, no, these are regular Blu-rays, but they're 4Ks, I think. No? Either way, I remember watching these movies when I was a kid. I remember always coming across the VHS covers of Swamp Thing and the Ghoulies, and it's been forever. Like, I legit mean that I haven't seen these movies since I was 4 years old. So it's been 34 years since I watched either of these two. And this is a really cool collection. I've never picked up any of these MGM, MVD Rewind collections. They're packed with features. And I'll tell you guys right now, oh, you didn't know? Yeah, they stopped selling them. They put out that news like in October of last year. And then I think officially in February or March, they completely got rid of everything in stores and online. So now there's a lot of like online places, but if you want to go physically to get some physical media, you got to head over to Target, a boutique shop. Walmart's been killing it with the Steelbooks. They took over that deal from Best Buy. But yeah, what a cool thing, man. Go into the shoot job. They say, hey, you still like these things? Yep. Here you go. If you want them, they're yours. To be fair, they actually had quite a bit more than these. I did, it's not in this room. I did pick up another one, which was actually, I just, got done reviewing the Bad Boys series, and they actually had the Bad Boys collection on Blu-ray there, and I picked that up too. I just grabbed it. The rest of them were a lot of comedies, just stuff that I would never watch, but Ghoulies, Swamp Thing, Bad Boys collection, because I just reviewed them and I only had one of them on physical media. So that's a pretty cool deal for free, Beyond that, Mail Day, along with, as I mentioned earlier, Black Moon Rising, which I can't wait to finish this. I just couldn't watch it on streaming. It looked too clean. And by 15 minutes in, I was like, this is a movie that I need to watch on VHS, on native hardware. I can't watch this on streaming. Beyond that, what also came in was a movie that I have not reviewed for the channel yet, but I saw it about 3 years ago and absolutely fell in love with it, which is the 2013 version of Carrie. Look, man, I saw Carrie, the original, when I was a teenager, early teens, literally 13, 14, 15, something like that. Didn't dig it. Did not care for the original Carrie one bit. Didn't care for the premise. I understood it. I heard a lot of people talking about it for years. But the thing that made me watch this one right here I think I watched it on Amazon Prime about a year ago, was Chloe Grace Moretz. Look, Chloe Moretz Chloe Moretz is an awesome actress. I dig everything she's in. I have never thought that she did a bad job in any movie. Has she been in bad scripted movies? Yeah. But has she done a bad job herself as, the role of what she's playing? No, she hasn't. So her portrayal of Carrie in 2013 made me really like the actual storyline of this movie. Like I said, I watched the original, did nothing for me when I was, early teens. Watched this one on streaming not too long ago. Awesome. So I had to get it on Blu-ray because if it looked good and the story drew me in via streaming, then I knew for a fact that the Blu-ray was going to look incredible. I don't know if that's been released on 4K, but for the price I got the Blu-ray DVD combo, couldn't skip it. Watching these things on physical media versus streaming is a big, big difference, especially if you got a good TV. So I'm not putting anybody down who gets, an ONN TV from Walmart, or who gets a low-end Insignia, low-end Samsung. I'm not putting you down. I'm not saying nothing bad. But if you spend $12, $15, $17, $2,000 and up on a TV, then you owe it to yourself and the money you spent on that TV to actually start buying physical media. Yeah, you can stream all day. You can stream all you want. But if you really, really, really like a movie, that should be like your preview, your trial to actually go and buy the movie for real. Everything looks so much better on physical media when it's done right. Speaking of something that was streamed that looked completely different from when I saw it originally, was The Flash. Now, about a year ago when The Flash came out, I reviewed it here. Can't imagine I gave it any more than 3 bandanas, because it just, the main actor in that movie was just atrocious. Even my son noticed it. I watched it with him, and I watched it for him, by the way, yesterday. And he noticed that the actor for The Flash, the main actor, was just cringe AF. And he kept on making fun of his face. And I was like, yeah, that's got to be my son, because the whole time I watched that movie in the theaters, I was making fun of his face. And the thing I noticed was, like, in the theater, everything just looked flat, right? And you could tell it was Huge, visually stunning movie, but it was flat. Watching it on the LG OLED C3, man, what a difference! It's still, the Flash. That whoever plays him, I can't remember his name. In fact, let me look. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna look it up right now. But if one of you guys remember the guy who played the Flash, drop his name down below. But hopefully he never plays him again. But he was the worst part of the movie. The storyline is cool. I didn't mind the story at all. That was great. And of course, Michael Keaton coming back made the movie. I can't imagine what Michael Keaton was thinking when he remembered what it was like to play Batman 89, 90, 91, and then to come back as Batman and play him in a completely CGI'd green room. There's so much about this movie you could tell that it wasn't real people in there and they weren't in real settings. It's odd. The CGI in that movie is odd. And I think, no way. For what? To jail? Did he do something wrong? Did he do a Wesley Snipes, not pay his taxes? What the hell happened? The kid's young. That's shocking, Jesse. Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to go forward with that. All right, then. Oof. Guys, you can see down in the in the comment section what the dude is guilty of or claimed to be guilty of. So yeah, he just sucked. He sucked as an actor. He had this stupid face all the damn time. And Michael Keaton was the best. But like I said, this time I realized something. It looked visually stunning, and I appreciated the story more this time, watching it at home and with the visuals, more than I did the first time in the theaters. And I've noticed this has happened to me several times. Like the first time I saw Godzilla -1 in the theaters, I actually came on here and gave it 4 bandanas. I never saw the Justice League. I'm not a big superhero movie fan. The only reason I watched The Flash, Jesse, was because of Michael Keaton. And, when I was a kid, that's my Batman. So I wanted to go watch it. But, in terms of Justice League, X-Men, Spider-Man's, all this stuff, I dipped off. I'll tell you when my last superhero movie that I actually enjoyed and wanted to watch, I was excited about, Spider-Man 3. That one with Tobey Maguire, where they had Venom and Sandman, I believe, and there's somebody else in there. That is the last superhero movie and era that I was actively a part of that I cared about. So with this movie, I only watched it because Michael Keaton, somebody from my era, was back. Same thing with wrestling. I only watch when somebody from my era comes back. Same thing with these, superhero movies. I almost did not watch. Let me get some magic elixir real quick. For anybody coming into the chat brand new, welcome. We're just chatting about how different it is to watch a movie in the theater versus at home. I actually for some movies, I have a much better experience at home. And I was saying that about Godzilla -1. The first time I watched it in the theaters, it was great. I gave it 4 bandanas here. There was no issue with that, but I kind of picked at it. I didn't absorb the story. It doesn't help that I watched it in 4DX at the theater. So there was water being sprayed on me. There was mist coming up in my face. It was air hitting the back of my neck. I felt like I was on a roller coaster ride. I was ready to sue the theater for all the pain and anguish that I went through. But, when I went back and I watched the movie in black and white, in 3D, in IMAX. I'm sorry, I didn't watch it in black and white. I watched it, say that again. I did watch it in black and white. I didn't watch it in 3D. I watched it in IMAX. And when I saw it that way, minus color, I absorbed the story. I loved the movie. Came back here and gave it 5 bandanas. So I might have to do a re-review of The Flash because I actually felt whatever I gave it last time, I should probably give it 1 more bandana than that, just because it was actually a good story and the visuals were incredible. Just couldn't stand the lead actor. So let's move on from the Flash and all that stuff. I want to remind you guys that I'm doing a giveaway for the Beverly Hills Cop collection on DVD. Now, this giveaway is not going to be announced here. This giveaway is part of all of the Beverly Hills Cop movies that I review on this channel. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment your favorite Beverly Hills Cop in one of the Beverly Hills Cop reviews movies that I got on this channel. I've already done 1, 2, and 3. Part 4 is going to come up this Wednesday, July 3rd. I'm going to watch that, immediately review it for you guys at night, and then we're going to do a ranking, hopefully on Friday. That's a lot of editing I got to do. But on that ranking video on Friday, I will be announcing the winner of Beverly Hills Cop 3 movie giveaway. So go ahead, watch those movies, watch those reviews of those movies on this channel, and let me know which one is your favorite in those movies. You're kidding me, Lily? There's 3 of them right now. There's 3 of them. One was made in 87, nope, 84, 87, and 94. And then the latest one is a Netflix exclusive, and that's going to be coming out July 3rd. So you have time right now to get caught up. I believe they're all on Netflix. If you got it, you can get caught up with all 3 of those. Oh, of course the music is good. The music is amazing, Jesse, in Beverly Hills Cop. It's awesome. I was hearing, yeah, for sure, no problem, Lily. I was hearing that they remixed, and you knew it was coming. They remixed the song, you know, dun, 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 dun. They remixed it for the new one, but hopefully they didn't take away exactly what it is, you know, because it's so iconic that you don't want to, you don't want them to mess it up, you know. You do not want them to mess it up. By the way, guys, as I mentioned earlier, if you weren't here, if you join this channel's membership, besides getting exclusive watch-alongs, exclusive lives, live chat, emojis that I made myself, all bandana emojis, by the way, you get an exclusive badge that I made as well. You also get this actual Thorn Theater membership card mailed out to you, just like the good old days. Right on the back, it's got a QR code that takes you right to the channel. Be Kind Rewind. The date the channel was actually born. If you don't know that story, that's a fun story. But all of that is part of the ultimate tier of this channel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jesse. Yeah, the new version. I don't know if it's out on like YouTube yet in terms of the music. They might release that after July 3rd when the movie comes out. But they said that they remixed it and made it more current for today. No, Lily, I did it. That's all me. I did the artwork for the logo. I did the new logo, the original one too. I did the badges. I created those myself. I did the bandana emojis as well. Those were all done by myself as well. If you don't know, let me clue you in on how, you know, this channel came about and how the logo came about really quickly. We went out to go watch. Thank you, Lily. It means a lot to me to hear that it's impressive. It took some doing, you know. But me and my buddy went out to go watch Jeepers Creepers Reborn. He didn't even know what was happening. I caught, you know, because I'm always watching horror stuff. It came across my YouTube feed. It was in select theaters. It happened to be in one of those theaters that was by me. Invited him out. We went and watched it. We were laughing so hard. We almost got into a car crash on the way back home because we were in tears, crying and just at how ridiculously terrible the movie was. And I came out and said, man, I wish I could review the movie, but I don't have an outlet to review the movie, right? At that time, I had my T-Cell Nutrition sports supplement brand, of course, doing my music as I have been for the last 4 years. I think I still had the Over AF Wrestling podcast that I was co-hosting. And there was just too much happening, too much going on. And he said, well, you can. Why don't you do it? I said, oh, man, I don't know what to call it. He's like, dude, you got the name Thorn Theater. Do it. Oh, that's true. Because back when I was a pro wrestler, I used to call like a playlist of my matches Thorn Theater. So it was already there. Whenever I used to invite people over to my place to watch movies, I'd call it Thorn Theater, like do a little check mark box. That's where we're at. So that was already there. I said, he asked me, what would I do? Thumbs up, thumbs down, rating. I said probably a star rating, 1 out of 5. He goes, no. You got to do a bandana rating. He said a blue bandana, and I said, yo, this could actually work. So I remember specifically, I got home at 10:30, close to 11 o'clock that night. And I kid you not, I made the review. I filmed the review that night, right? Didn't have a format like I do now, but I made the review. And by 5 a.m., the email, the logo, the intro, the music, everything was edited and done. So from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., this was born overnight. And it's 250 videos right now. And it hasn't even been 2 years yet. So it's been wild. Since that time, I let go of the Over AF Wrestling podcast. I let go of T-Cell Nutrition. And I just said I want to focus on this channel and my rock music, which opens up every video and closes every video. And I always, tell you guys about it. Yeah, it does, Lily. It all writes itself completely. Like most things in my life, it happens overnight and suddenly it takes over the next 4 or 5 years of my life. I kid you not. Not going to tell the story right now, but pro wrestling, same way. Just happened overnight, freak accident, and it took over 5 years of my life. Personal training, same thing. A fluke, and it suddenly was 3 years of my life, and good years. So now that we're here, I wanted to mention to you guys on one of the next lives that I do, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Like I said, Beverly Hills Cop is a giveaway that's going to be done on the Beverly Hills Cop ranking video. I'm going to take all the comments from all of the videos of Beverly Hills Cop on there. But on my next Hangout live, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of Bad Boys Blu-ray. Now, yes, okay, it is open. It is from my personal collection, but I'm going to be giving it away to you guys because why not, right? I don't need more stuff. You guys are awesome. You guys keep me going. So I'm going to definitely just hand it out to you guys. What do you mean? Oh, in terms of Jeepers Creepers sharing it? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, right? It's not like start a channel because, this was so good, I got to review it. No, it was like, this is so bad. Like, I have to warn other people about it. It's incredible. It's incredible. If you have not seen Jeepers Creepers Reborn, do not. Just go back and watch the original Jeepers Creepers because it is really the only movie out of that series that you should watch. And horror fans like myself have been holding on for 25 years. Lily, look, let me tell you something about the second Jeepers Creepers. Hugely excited to watch it. Incredibly excited once it came out. Me and my 2 cousins absolutely fell in love with the first one, which I think came out in 2003, which means I was roughly 16 years old, something like that, in 2003, 15, 16. And I could not believe, personally, I couldn't believe how bad part 2 was. I thought it was such a quality dip in the creeper from part 1 because I loved how dry he looked. And then suddenly he was super wet and much thinner in part 2. I hated that it suddenly became like a typical slasher. But my cousins loved part 2. They loved part 2 more than part 1. And we had completely opposite opinions about the first 2. And then 3, I think I watched it at some point. It was not good. And then 4 was just an atrocity. It's a joke to everybody. I don't think there's anybody online who says that Jeepers Creepers Reborn is worthy of existing. I can't even talk about that movie without laughing. It brings great memories. Once again, if you're coming into the live, I see a few more people here than before. Welcome. We've just been chatting about movies and about different things. One of the things that I wanted to speak about that I haven't gotten to yet was the fact that Arrow has just released information about their September Blu-rays that are coming out, and they're coming out with Friday the 13th of 2009 remake. I absolutely love that movie completely. Oh, 100%, Lily. The sister and brother dynamic of the first one has been gone completely. I'll tell you what, since you only saw the first two, I'm not spoiling anything for you because this is the only thing part of part three that's worth watching. But at the end of part three, the main actress, the sister from part one, she shows back up at the end of part three, but she is nowhere to be found in part four whatsoever. They just completely forgot about her. So I heard, and I even shared on this channel in the community tab, that a part five has been greenlit and is going to start being worked on. I believe in 2025. So hopefully they include her because she was awesome. She was awesome. Yeah, me too. She deserved a lot to even show her face back in that series. But yeah, as I was talking about, Arrow has released the information that they're coming out with a Friday the 13th remake 4K. And I'm so happy about that because I feel like for the last few years, ever since Scream Factory came out with their box set, I feel like everybody else has just been re-releasing the first 1980 something Friday the 13th forever. And they've been re-releasing it. And look, guys, I get it. It's the original, but it's not good. It's just my opinion. It's not a good movie. It's incredibly old, archaic by this point. And there's so many re-releases of that first Friday the 13th from the 80s that, like, Jason's not even in it. Can we give it up already? Like, it really begins. The Jason we know really begins with Friday the 13th 3. And then, I think Baghead, Potato Sack Head, Jason is in part 2. And what I love about the 2009 remake is it combines Friday the 13th 1, 2, 3, and 4 all into one movie. It manages to do it, and it manages to make Jason scary again, because you remember, he was basically a zombie after part 6. And yeah, it's scary, but it was fun. There's not much fun to be had when Jason's coming after you in the 2009 remake. He's actually really, really scary because he actually runs now and he builds these mines underground. That's how he gets to places so fast. It's funny to me that they tried to explain, well, like they felt the need to have to put that in there, that detail. Well, he's such a huntsman that he builds these underground tunnels, and that's how he gets from one place to the other really fast. But that only happened from part 6 onward. You know what I mean? Like, he was a zombie. He was an entity by that point. So we don't really need an explanation for that because he was pretty much, human in part 2, 3, 4 before he died. I don't know. I felt like they conflicted who he was and what he was. See, Lily, I agree with you. I think some of the older ones are really, really hard to watch because you remember, I mean, I'm sure you remember this. This might have been what took you out of it. But they used to do those shots where you see the knife or you see the machete slide across the screen, and then you see the blood splatter on the wall. Then you'll see the person on the ground. Like, that's a very old school way of doing things. And they got away from it later on. I want to say around part 7 or 8, they started showing the actual brutality of it. But by that point, if you didn't like, Friday the 13th and Jason movies, yes. Yeah. Lily Cortez says she thought they killed the cameraman, and it definitely looks like that because the machete, everything, the belt, whatever Jason is killing with comes straight to the camera every time. You never see him hit the person. That was a good one. That popped me. That made me laugh, Lily. Thanks. But that doesn't happen in the remake. In the remake, you see him hit. And they do it in a brutal fashion, and they manage to make Jason not only scary again, but interesting. And like I said, they put 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. And honestly, like it should have been, there should have been a sequel to the 2009 remake. It absolutely should have happened. It made the money. It was talked about well. I just don't get it. I think obviously, you know what? I think I know what killed it. If you remember back, no, I don't remember that, Lily. In the first one, where the cameraman kills the guy in the slicker. Well, in the first, in the original '80s one, is that the one you're talking about? Because in that one, it's Jason's mom, Steve Christie. We got to look it up. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. But yeah, it's I think I know what killed that movie and its potentials. What did you say it was? Steve Christie. Let's see. Let's look it up. Let's look it up because I don't know what you're talking about. I can't remember it. Unless I know what you're talking about, but I can't put it together. Oh. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. It took me to look it up. It's an old movie. But I will. I will. But Freddy, the 2010 remake of Nightmare on Elm Street is, I believe, what killed remakes in general, because we all know that in 2003, Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out. Michael Bay, I believe it was. I could be wrong, but no, it's not Michael Bay. But either way, the 2003 remake of Texas Chainsaw came out, and that was incredible. It got followed up with The Beginning, which was also incredible, to me at least. I thought it was a perfect follow up. But we then get 2009's Friday the 13th, which was awesome. And it should have got a sequel just like Texas Chainsaw did, even a prequel, whatever you want to do, but it should have got something. Unfortunately, the following year in 2010, Nightmare on Elm Street comes out and completely kills all remakes going forward. Nobody wanted anything to do with remakes anymore after that. And, it was bad. It was bad. Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't even want to talk about that one yet. Eventually, we'll get to the Nightmare on Elm Street series, which is my favorite series of all time, horror-wise. But man, I'd have to see like a 4K remaster and really be impressed by the visuals of the new Nightmare on Elm Street, or Nightmare on Elm Street from 2010, to give a shit about it or care. But back to the Arrow release of Friday the 13th, the remake 2009. I'm really excited about it. There's a poster that comes in there. I think the slipcover looks incredible. They're actually going to do the director's cut as well as the theatrical cut, and they're both going to be on 4K on 2 separate discs, which I was watching Mid-Level Media's report on it. And apparently they've been releasing double disc sets, but like putting the director's cut on 4K and the theatrical cut on Blu-ray, or vice versa. In that Friday the 13th, 2009 remake release, they're both going to be remastered in 4K. And that's incredible. It's such a visually good movie. It's stunning. They managed to make Jason scary again, and I'm geeked and excited about it. For anybody who's here, stupendous, Lily, incredible. You got the right words for it. But for anybody who's new here, we're just talking about the Arrow release of Jason and Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake, as well as a plethora of other things. I told this story earlier, but for those who missed it, I actually wanted to just kind of tell you once again, because it's just way too cool not to talk about. But I went into my shoot job today, and like I said before, Best Buy stopped selling Blu-rays in March, online and in store. Walked in, they said, "Hey, you still into Blu-rays?" Of course I am. They ended up giving me Ghoulies and Swamp Thing, as well as I grabbed the Bad Boys Blu-ray collection. Couldn't ask for more. They had a bunch of other stuff that was like comedies and stuff I would never be interested in. And, just one of the coolest things that's happened in a long time. Just grateful to have cool friends that thought about me before, selling it or just sending it back to whatever, the warehouse or something like that. They had them left over. I don't think they could scan them anymore because they're simply not in the system. So really cool. I'm undecided if I'm going to watch these or if they're going to be nice goodies for somebody on this watching the channel. I don't know yet, but if you guys show enough interest, and maybe I'll throw up some polls, and as these lives grow, I'll probably just give them out to you guys without, opening them, because like I said before, what do I need more stuff for? You guys watch, you guys support, you guys deserve giveaways. So once again, before I head out of here, because my food is sitting right over there and it is cold, I'm sure by this time, but before I head out of here, remember that I am doing a Beverly Hills Cop DVD 3-movie giveaway, and that's going to be by you who comments and watches and subscribes to this channel. All you got to do is comment your favorite Beverly Hills Cop under one of my Beverly Hills Cop reviews. Right now, 1, 2, and 3 are up. It's also in a Beverly Hills Cop playlist. Beverly Hills Cop 4 comes out on July 3rd. And then when I do the full ranking video of Beverly Hills Cop franchise, all 4 movies, I will announce the winner of this DVD collection, along with not Monday's live, because that's a watch along of, I haven't even mentioned that here. On Monday, I'm doing a watch along with you guys of Alien, our very first watch along on this channel, because come July and August leading up to Alien Romulus, I'm watching 9 Alien movies. I have trouble watching a movie alone. Before this channel, it took me 2-3 days to watch a movie. I had so much going on. Now, because I've let other ventures go and it's just about music and movies now, it's a little bit easier for me, but I got to watch 9 Alien movies. Thank God it's a good franchise. I'll tell you right now, I've seen Alien 1 and 2 before, of course. 3 once, maybe, when it came out. 4, never seen it. AVP, love it. One of my favorite movies of all time. AVP 2, never seen it. Prometheus, went to go see it twice in the theaters. And then Alien Covenant, never seen it. And then, of course, Alien Romulus, let me say that again. Alien Romulus comes out on August 16th. So we are going to watch all 8 of the previous movies, as well as get a review of the newest movie, and we'll do a full ranking. On one of my next lives, possibly next Saturday, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of Bad Boys Blu-ray to one of you guys right here in the chat. You don't have to watch anything on the channel or anything like that. Just make sure, for my sake, please, that you're subscribed to the channel and, interacting with me down here. And I'll pick one of you as the winner. Guys, thank you so much. Lily, you made it fun. You popped me with your stupendous comments, and everybody else who joined the live. I really appreciate it. You guys helped my nerves knock out. Also, my magic elixir and my Thorn Theater mug cup here help me be at ease. Remember, yeah, thank you. I'll have a great Sunday for sure. If you guys join the channel, there's a ton of exclusives. The ultimate tier is the best tier here, but you get this exclusive membership card, laminated, created by me. Be Kind Rewind on the back. This is something that no other channel is doing, to my knowledge, right? Somebody might be doing it, I don't know, but I have never seen anybody do a physical custom giveaway like this. It means the world to me for you guys to interact with me on here and keep me going. So guys, I'm Alex Thorn, and you know what I got to do. I got to go watch some movies and review them for you. And thank you for joining my live. Take care.